On June 12, the Russian Navy's frigate, Admiral Gorshkov, and nuclear submarine, Kazan, are expected to arrive in Cuba, accompanied by a tanker and a tugboat. This move appears to be a show of strength, aiming to unsettle the U.S. with Zircon missiles stationed in Cuba, using two of Russia's latest vessels. The U.S. has responded to this Russian maneuver. Washington's stance can be summarized as vigilant but not overly concerned. The situation is quite tense, given that Russia has opted to position its newest ships near the U.S. fleet. Yet, it's also worth considering how this move might influence Russia's allies. By deploying their Zircon missile carriers to Cuba, which hasn't publicly supported Russia's actions in Ukraine, the Kremlin seems to be testing the waters. Despite Cuba's neutrality, Ukrainian analysts note that Cuba doesn't obstruct the recruitment of mercenaries for Russia's forces. Therefore, it's likely that Russia seeks to use this naval visit as a strategic gesture to exert influence, at least on Cuba itself. Although Washington has stated that the deployment of these Russian warships does not pose a concern or a threat to its security, it has described this move by Moscow as a significant development. According to the Cuban government, the Russian naval contingent will include the frigate, Admiral Gorshkov, the Yeltsin-class nuclear submarine, Kazan, the fuel supply ship, Passion, and the rescue tugboat, Chikar. International military observers note that of these vessels, the presence of the Kazan submarine, weighing 13,800 tons, in Havana next week is particularly noteworthy. The United States will undoubtedly pay close attention to the arrival of this modern nuclear submarine. The Kazan is Russia's second Yeltsin-class submarine to be commissioned, following the Severodvinsk. Yeltsin-class submarines are among the newest in the Russian fleet and are considered by Western military analysts to be a nightmare for Washington and its NATO allies. Why is the Yeltsin class considered a nightmare for the United States and NATO? The answer lies in the submarine's exceptional, super-quiet capabilities, which make it incredibly difficult to detect by its adversaries, particularly the United States and its allies. U.S. media described the Yeltsin-class submarines like Kazan as being as quiet as a mouse. In 2018, the first Yeltsin-class submarine, Severodvinsk, was deployed to the Atlantic Ocean, and for several weeks, the U.S. Navy could not detect it, despite deploying various assets, including their own submarines. The U.S. Department of Defense has admitted to the failure to detect this class of submarine for weeks in the Atlantic, a fact that is very troubling for senior U.S. Navy officials. Admiral Dave Johnson, a senior officer in the U.S. Navy, has been so impressed by the Yeltsin-class capabilities that he constructed a model of a Russian submarine in his office to remind him of the formidable adversaries the U.S. faces. I am so impressed with this submarine that I have built a model of it based on unclassified data. We will be facing a formidable foe. One only needs to look at the Yeltsin-class nuclear submarine, Severodvinsk, a Russian equivalent of a missile-carrying submarine, said Johnson in 2021. The Yeltsin-class submarines, capable of speeds up to 35 knots and equipped with a fourth-generation nuclear reactor known as KTP-6, are noted for their exceptional quietness during operation. This super-quiet capability is crucial in submarine warfare, according to Admiral Johnson in an interview with 60 Minutes. In addition to their super-quiet capability, Yeltsin-class submarines are armed with hypersonic Zircon missiles capable of reaching speeds greater than Mach 10 upon launch. With a range of approximately 2,000 kilometers and the ability to be fitted with nuclear warheads, these missiles present a significant challenge to any air defense system. Furthermore, the Kazan is also equipped with Caliber cruise missiles. While Russia has not disclosed the exact number of Caliber missiles the Yeltsin class, including Kazan, can carry, it is known that the first of the class, Severodvinsk, is equipped with 40 such missiles. The Yeltsin-class submarines also carry other types of guided missiles such as Onyx. The Zircon can be equipped with various types of warheads, including conventional high-explosive and potentially nuclear warheads. This flexibility allows it to be used in a wide range of tactical and strategic scenarios. The missile's destructive power, combined with its speed and maneuverability, makes it a formidable threat to both land and sea targets. The operational range of the 3M22 Zircon is estimated to be between 500 and 1,000 kilometers. This range allows it to strike targets at significant distances, providing a strategic advantage in both offensive and defensive operations. The exact range may vary depending on the launch platform and specific mission parameters.